Alright, today, dividing fractions. For those who were with us last time on multiplying fractions, or if you need some help with there, watch that one first. Multiplying fractions should be the first thing that you learn. It's easy, gets you used to fractions. You realize they're not these big ugly things. So we did that last time. This time, dividing of fractions, and you'll see it's quite simple and quite similar to multiplying fractions. So dividing fractions, no problem, it's going to be easy. If you notice, over here, we have some stuff there we'll get to in a second, but it's a lot like the multiplying of fractions. Even though we're dividing fractions, it's a lot the same. Make sure you have fractions, cancel if you can, multiply, cross, and reduce, man. Same 4 steps that we reviewed last time in multiplying, but there's this flip here. That's the second step for dividing fractions. See, we don't actually divide fractions, we multiply them. Fractions are friendly, they don't really like to be divided, so we multiply them. So make sure you have fractions, flip. Second step, flip it. So if you do this little thing here, remember that might help you. The second step, flip. You flip the second number on the second step. Flip the fraction. Make sure you have fractions, flip, cancel if you can, multiply, cross, and reduce, man. So let's try it here. Dividing fractions. So we have 5 and 5/6 divided by 7. So we've got to make sure we have fractions. We don't. We have a mixed number and a whole number, but that's easy. Start with the denominator, in case you forgot. Go all the way around. And on the first step here, you multiply there, giving us 30. You add there, giving us 35. So we have 35 sixths. And again, the denominator stays the same. In the family, at least in our culture, no matter how many kids you have, they all have the same last name unless something odd happens. So that sixths stays there. And then make that a fraction, 7 with a denominator of 1. 7 divided by 1 is still 7, so again, we didn't change the value, we just changed its form. It's easy. So that's our first step. Make sure we have fractions. Second step, flip, and we flip the second fraction. So we flip this one. So we take this and we flip it here, and we just bring that down. Make sure you have fractions, flip, and do say it like that, flip. If you just go, one is, make sure you have fractions and flip, and it's easy to forget, but if you do that weird noise, at least in your head, or out loud, while not many people are looking, you might remember it better, flip, and it's more fun, and it just helps you remember division, flip, and there you have it there. So, we have, make sure you have fractions, flip, cancel if you can. Well, we can cancel here. 7 divided by 7 is 1. 35 divided by 7 is 5. So make sure you have fractions, flip, cancel if you can. Multiply across. So we have 5 times 1 is 5. 6 times 1 is 6. And reduce, man. Well, we can't reduce. It's already reduced for us in this instance, so we're done. It's easy. Anybody can do it. So let's move on to something that looks like something more practical. So we get over here. Let's say you're calculating, or someone is calculating for the job roofing. And we're not given all the information because I just want to focus on this. But let's say as we overlap the shingles, 5 inches shows for the job we're doing. But that's 5/12 of a foot. And we need it in feet because we have a 25-foot side to do. So how many courses of shingles do we need to get 25 feet of coverage, not counting this top one? We're doing something special up there. So if we have 5/12 of a foot, or 25 feet total that we need to cover, and we're dividing it up in chunks that are 5/12 of a foot. So we divide that by 5/12 feet. So there we have our fraction issue that we need to do some division. So again, the same steps are the same. Over here, make sure you have fractions. Do we? No, we have 1, but we need to change this. 25. Give denominator 1. 25 divided by 1 is still 25. And then this was already a fraction. So there we are. So first step, make sure you have fractions. Second step, flip. So we're going to flip that. 25, 12 over 5. And then over here, we flip, then we cancel if you can. Can we cancel here? Is there something on the top that can be divided by something on the bottom? Yes. there's something that can be divided on the top. 5 will divide into that, and 5 will also divide into this. So 5 divided by 5 is 1, 25 divided by 5 is 5. And then, make sure you have fractions, flip, cancel if you can, multiply across. So we're just going to multiply across. It's going to give us 60 divided by 1 gives us 60 courses. So we're going to have to go 60 courses to get 25 feet if we overlap our shingles to where 5 inches show. So now we at least know how many rows to calculate, and then we'd have to know the distance and those kinds of things too. But that's just a way that might look. Anyway, and that's division of fractions. Anybody can do it. Have fun.